Hey everyone! Welcome to another Stonehearth Desktop Tuesday. We join our intrepid hearthlings as they explore Lorcus's biome from Steam Workshop, a lovely landscape of dramatic mountains and clear blue lakes. We've also got the workshop signs and settlement decor mods turned on here, so we'll be seeing cool doorways in the editor and hangings in the stores. That said, the team is furiously fixing bugs and working on performance optimizations across all systems, so I thought this week we could take a closer look at a few bells and whistles that engineer Chris snuck into the building editor before he switched over to performance work. For example, for all of you who wanted to make sure that your buildings weren't always one voxel above the terrain, yes, you can move houses down one voxel now with the arrow tools. Of great excitement to everyone who has ever wanted to make an archer tower that doesn't have ladders going from the outside parapets to the floor where all the monsters are, you can also now cut holes in roofs with the hole tool. This is super useful for building chimneys too. Of personal excitement to me, as I've been waiting for this feature for the last 5 years, you can now put down slab and designate some of it to be roof, which means that it will behave like the roofs of houses and disappear in RPG and walls down viewing modes. You can also designate a continuous block of voxels as wall, so it will hide itself relative to the camera and RPG walls down modes. To make sure that all the walls are going to disappear when the camera is outside of them, you want to set the normal, or green arrow, so that it's pointing away from the camera while you're looking at the wall. Unfortunately, this tool is still a little bit buggy, as it will set all the voxels that are touching to the same wall roof normal settings, so for now, use it with some care. But still, if you're like Michael Handy and you're building a gigantic treehouse out of voxels, at least some of it now can act like the walls and roofs of other buildings. One of the reasons this functionality was super useful was because it enabled Chris to add support for templates made in the old builder. For example, if I head over to Bruno Supremo's template website and download Eragion's lovely Alpha 23 mansion and put it in my templates folder, I can add it to the game with the new builder. To reduce crazy bugs from the old builder, Chris actually imports the whole template as voxel slab, with different voxels considered to be walls or roof as necessary. Because you've been asking for it, Engineer Linda is actually working on a better solution for uploading templates as a mod soon, from right inside the game. Her feature will make it so that workshop mods that are built to distribute building templates will just put those templates directly into your game, no file copying required, and you'll also be able to upload templates that you built in your game as mods for Steam Workshop so other people can use them easily. Lastly, for the new builder, we know you've been asking for the ability to place dirt for a long time, but this is a really complicated feature for a number of reasons. So if you're looking for a short aesthetic solution, we added all the usual temperate and desert biome colors to the builder so that you can at least build ground-colored sculptures the way that you've always wanted. On the subject of little improvements, many of you have noticed that 2 weeks ago, Engineer Max, with some help from Chris, pushed a new mining tool. The most noticeable thing about the new mining tool is that as you use it, it gives you an immediate preview of what the ground will look like after it's been mined, as the building tools do. You can also resize the mining region vertically and horizontally with Shift and Alt. You can press Ctrl to turn the tool red, which means it will subtract volume from an existing mining region. Due to the fact that the tool uses outlines of boxes to show what can be subtracted, it can be a bit tricky to see what portion of the world you're mining out, so focus on the brightest part of the square, and that's the part of the mining region that is intersecting with the face of the terrain that you're looking at. In this case, for example, the brightest spot is the top of the box, so we're carving into the hill in slice mode the way the old tool used to. Finally, the updated tool no longer snaps to the grid in the same way it used to, which allows greater control of your caves and Mount Rushmore structures, but also makes it a bit harder than it used to be to connect tunnels. We think this new tool is both significantly more powerful than the original, but also a bit hard to get used to looking at and using. Thanks to everyone who has given us feedback about it so far. It's been really helpful as we've continued to tweak it, and thanks to your feedback, the old mining tool is still available for people who preferred its simplicity. And that's it for this week. Unfortunately, I'm unexpectedly traveling again for work, twice in 2 weeks, so we'll skip Desktop Tuesday next week and return on the 12th of June. In the meantime, the team streams every Thursday at 6 p.m. PST on www.twitch.tv/Stonehearth. See you then, and see you on June 12th.